Oh, where do I even begin with this absolute tragedy of an institution known as École Supérieure de Commerce Amiens? Let me take you on a journey not of academic enlightenment, but of soul-crushing disappointment and betrayal. Picture this, a young, hopeful student misstepping into what should have been a temple of knowledge, a place where dreams are nurtured. Instead, I found a hollow shell, a place where the word education is nothing more than a cruel joke. From the very beginning, it was clear that this school cared about one thing and one thing only: appearances. The building, gorgeous, the facade, impeccable. But like a beautiful cake that is nothing but fondant and air, the moment you take a bite, you realize there is no substance, no flavor, just emptiness. And oh, how they love to flaunt that beauty while neglecting the very souls they are meant to mold. Let us talk about the support system, or should I say, the complete and utter lack thereof. They claim to offer personalized guidance, a helping hand through the treacherous terrain of academia. Lies, all of it. I wandered those halls like a ghost, unseen, unheard. No one checked in, no one cared. Need help finding an internship. Too bad, struggling with coursework, tough luck. Want someone to just ask how you are doing? Do not make me laugh. And the so-called bienniator assistants, a myth, a legend, a cruel hoax. I was there every single miserable day, and not once did anyone mention their existence. Not once did I see a single soul reaching out to ensure the students were not drowning in despair. And believe me, we were. We were drowning, and the school just watched, the administration. Oh, they are a special breed of indifferent. They have perfected the art of ignoring students, of dismissing concerns with robotic, copy-pasted responses. Instead of addressing the glaring issues, they would rather argue about reviews being deleted. As if that is the problem. As if silencing the truth will somehow erase the suffering they have caused. And do you know what the worst part is? This is not just my experience. Look around, read the other reviews. The same pattern, the same pain, echoed over and over again. A chorus of disillusioned voices, all ignored, all dismissed. So here I am, left with nothing but bitter memories of a place that promised so much and delivered so little. A place that took my time, my money, my hope, and gave me nothing in return. And to the École Supérieure de Commerce Amiens, do better, be better, because right now you are failing, spectacularly. And the world deserves to know. So tell me, dear listenership, have you felt this betrayal too? Have you been abandoned by an institution that was supposed to lift you up?
I've been looking into some troubling things near the École Supérieure de Commerce Amiens. You know, the kind of stuff that makes you question the goodness in people's hearts. It's like every corner you turn, there's a chance you might encounter someone ready to take advantage of you, and that's just sad, isn't it? So there was this boutique, all charming and luring you in with its cute window displays, right by the school. A tourist, let us call her Maria, she was excited to find some unique French fashion. The shop assistant was really friendly, suggesting all these outfits, and Maria felt like she found a friend. But when it came time to pay, the card machine wasn't working, and they insisted on cash. Maria, trusting and in a hurry, went to an ATM and withdrew money, only to realize later that the prices were suspiciously higher than the tags. It's likely Maria felt betrayed, you know. She probably reported it, but these things, they often go unresolved. And that shop, well, it likely continued to thrive on the naivety of others until someone finally blew the whistle. Then there's the tale of the quaint little cafe just around the block from the École Supérieure de Commerce Amiens. Tourists flocked there for the promise of authentic French pastries and coffee. But some of them, they got more than they bargained for when they found extra charges on their bill for service fees that were never mentioned. I can only imagine the disappointment when they realized they'd been duped out of their euros for a simple espresso. They probably complained, got a half-hearted apology, and left with a bad taste in their mouth, literally and figuratively. The cafe, it probably kept on operating, hoping the next tourist wouldn't notice the fine print. And let us not forget about the luxury watch store incident. A place where timepieces are displayed like art, attracting those who want a slice of luxury to take home. A couple of tourists, enchanted by the charm of the store and the persuasive salesman, purchased what they thought were genuine high-end watches. It was only after they returned home that they discovered the watches were clever fakes. They must have been devastated, feeling foolish for not spotting the scam. Did they manage to get their money back? Maybe, maybe not. But that store, it likely continued its charade until enough people saw through the facade. It's a real shame, you know. These businesses, they lay right there near the École Supérieure de Commerce Amiens, where you expect a certain level of integrity. But I guess, like in every place, there are those who rather make a quick buck than earn an honest living. It makes you wonder what's next. who will fall victim to these schemes tomorrow or the next day. It's like we're all just walking around hoping for the best, but sometimes the worst happens and it leaves a scar. So to all of you out there planning a visit, keep your eyes open, trust but verify. And remember, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Stay safe and don't let the actions of a few sour your experience in the beautiful city that houses the École Supérieure de Commerce Amiens.
Businesses near École Supérieure de Commerce Amiens are struggling, some barely clinging to relevance, others simply failing their customers entirely. The area reflects a pattern of neglect, poor service, and outright disappointment. If you wander into these establishments expecting competence, warmth, or even basic hygiene, prepare for a reality check. Let us start with the shopping experience. Retail spaces here feel abandoned, as if the life has been drained from them. Centre Commercial Les Halles du Beffrey is a ghost of what it once was. Empty stalls, disinterested employees, and a profound lack of upkeep define this place. Visitors complain about the absence of restrooms, forcing desperate parents to change diapers in parking lots. One review describes a fruit vendor selling rotten melons at premium prices, while another mentions cashiers so openly hostile that customers actively avoid their checkout lines. The once bustling marketplace now resembles a post-apocalyptic set where even the decorative walls mock the emptiness behind them. Then there is Nasibe, a perfume and cosmetics store that somehow turns shopping into a psychological endurance test. Staff here oscillate between incompetence and outright malice. Customers report being mocked by employees, given expired testers instead of actual products, and receiving advice so useless it borders on satire. One woman asked about a collagen cream, only for the employee to read the label back to her, as if she were incapable of doing so herself. Another customer witnessed a saleswoman openly bullying her coworker in front of shoppers. If you enjoy being treated like an inconvenience rather than a paying guest, this is your paradise. Dining options are no better. Le Marrakech claims to offer Moroccan cuisine, but based on reviews, it is more of a culinary crime scene. Couscous arrives smelling of decay, sauces lack flavor, and portions are laughably small for the price. Delivery is a gamble. Some customers waited over an hour, only to be scammed on the final bill. One diner suffered food poisoning so severe they vomited for days. The restaurant's response? A dismissive "eat it, you will like it later." Charming, ad hoc cafe does not fare much better. Watery cocktails, unseasoned food, and a management style that prioritizes rigid rules over customer comfort. Try ordering tap water here, you will be charged for it. Attempt to pay separately with a friend. Impossible unless their cash register has exact change. The few positive notes are drowned out by stories of spoiled wine, cold gratin, and staff who treat patrons like nuisances. Nightlife near the school is equally dire. Le Red White, the so-called bar with an atmosphere, enforces consumption like a dystopian nightclub. Staff harass guests to order more drinks, even tap water comes with a price tag. The bouncers exhibit a special kind of disdain, turning away English speakers while letting locals pass. One group was ejected for the crime of carrying fries from another restaurant. The music, forgettable, the vibe, oppressive. Even specialty shops like Wanderlust Concept Store disappoint. Overpriced, slow deliveries, and a staff that seems allergic to enthusiasm. Customers receive items that do not match descriptions, wait weeks for shipments, and endure prices that feel arbitrarily inflated. What does this mean for travelers? Simple. The businesses near École Supérieure de Commerce Amiens operate under a cloud of mediocrity. Whether it is apathy, poor management, or outright neglect, the pattern is clear: expect little and you may still leave underwhelmed. If you must visit, go with patience, low expectations, and perhaps a packed lunch. In summary, the area is a masterclass in how not to run a business. If these places were students, they would be failing. And not just failing, they would be the ones who forgot to show up for the exam.